Howdy everybody, this is my LS MT125. Got about 210 hours on it. I've had it 3 or 4 years. The issue that I had yesterday, I was punching some holes and it just quit on me. I was just sitting here idling and it just up and died, and went to restart it and nothing, wouldn't crank. I wasn't getting any indicators, nothing. Now if I turned my key on and did my headlights, I had power, so I'd get power to the dash, but nothing seemingly through the ignition. So I was pretty keen on it being some kind of a safety switch. That's what I was leaning towards right away. I'd bypassed my seat switch, which I just reconnected just to be sure, but that wouldn't have done it, I don't think, because it would have cranked and just not started if it was that. But I did that anyway. Of course, put it in neutral, made sure my PTO was off, blah blah blah, and I checked my fuses. Of course, my battery cables, all you need to make sure you're doing all that. And there's a big 40 amp there. Checked it, and then I went under here. I couldn't find my damn owner's manual, but I was like, well, I know there's a fuse panel here, and I saw this big 30 amp. I'm like, well, check that one, that was good. And it started getting kind of windy here, so I called it a night. And then when I slept on it, I said, it'd be real dumb not to check all those fuses. And sure as shit, because it would have been dumb, this PTO fuse was bad, and that's all it was. It fired right back up today. So anyway, maybe that'll help somebody out there someday. So if it does, I'm glad it did. The only other problem I've had with this LS, and it's been reoccurring. Now I will say I did rent it for a time, and then decided that it just wasn't worth it. They were just beating the shit out of it. And I do think it's piss poor design, but I think, like somebody playing a video game, they're like, oh, if I push it harder, it'll lift more, which obviously isn't true. And the knuckle was getting broke, so there's the main control valve is what they call it or something. But inside right there, let's see if I can get it to focus, there's that bellows. Under that bellows is those control valve knuckles, and every one of them is broke on me. So part of it was, I think, people being rough on it, but it's also a piss poor design. So for the first time it happened, the dealer gave me a couple extra ones. Just said, here, have them on your, I just keep them in my box. God, I don't know why that's so blurry. Stop it. Anyway, I just keep them inside my box right there. And then now it's out of warranty, out of bumper to bumper, so I bought a few extra to have. I think it was like $50. But that's the only main issue I've had with it. Other than that, it's been a pretty decent one, but I'm pretty good about my maintenance and stuff. So anyway, hopefully that helps somebody. So be good to yourselves.